Matthew Stafford not out of the woods with hand-eye injury. Matthew Stafford has played through injuries to his throwing hand before, but Detroit Lions coach Jim Caldwell said his starting quarterback is not out of the woods yet when it comes to dealing with his latest ailment. "We'll kind of see what he can do as the week goes on," Caldwell said Wednesday. "It's not like it's an insignificant injury. That's not the case. It's something that he's going to have to really work at and deal with here during the course of the week to see where he is. He's not out of the woods." Stafford injured his right hand in the fourth quarter of last week's loss to the Baltimore Ravens when linebacker Terrell Suggs inadvertently stepped on his hand after a fourth-quarter interception. Read more. Stafford acknowledged he felt a burning nerve pain in his hand after the game, but on Wednesday he said that feeling had subsided. "It's getting better," he said. "Spend a lot of time with our trainers and doing all the stuff I can to try to get it feeling as good as it can." Still, it was apparent the injury was still an issue. Stafford, who did not throw any passes during the open portion of practice Wednesday, kept his right hand in his pocket as he walked to and from the podium for his weekly interview session, and he declined to hold his hand up when a reporter asked to see it. Stafford did not have the pinky, ring and middle fingers on his hand taped, like he did Monday, when a cleat mark still was visible on the back of his hand. But he also said he has not tried throwing a football since suffering the injury and wouldn't say if he could play a game if it was today. "That's a good question," Stafford said. When told that wasn't an answer, Stafford said, "That's my answer." Caldwell said Stafford's injury is progressing in the right direction, but that team doctors ultimately will decide if he can play this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At 6-6, the Lions are in a must-win situation if they want to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. From there it's just management of can he function, can he do all the things you're asking him to do, and that entails quite a bit because he handles the ball obviously on every play from an offensive standpoint, Caldwell said. So we'll see where he is. He's got to be able to function, and oftentimes he comes through. But like I said this one's going to take a little work. Stafford has had mixed results playing through injuries to his throwing hand in the first 8 seasons of his career. Last year, he played the final 3 games of the regular season and in the playoffs with a sprained middle finger on his right hand. He threw 5 interceptions in 19 quarters with the injury, and the Lions lost all 4 games. In 2011, Stafford did not miss any time despite a broken index finger on his throwing hand. He suffered the injury in an October win over the Denver Broncos, then after a bye week returned to throw 9 interceptions in 3 games. "Every injury is different," Stafford said. "This one, just the same, so you got to kinda figure out what feels good, what doesn't and go from there." Stafford currently has the NFL's 3rd longest starting streak among active quarterbacks at 108 games, behind only Phillip Rivers, 189 games, and Matt Ryan, 127. Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach Dirk Koetter said in a teleconference with Detroit reporters on Wednesday that he expects Stafford to play. Asked what he does different when a quarterback is dealing with a hand injury, Koetter said, "We try to find a way to get a hold of that hand. One thing I'm so impressed with on Matthew, is his toughness," Koetter said. "He's taken a lot of hits. What was it either a week or 2 ago when he got his ankle rolled up on? I guess maybe that was even on Thanksgiving. It looked like he wouldn't be able to come back from that and he was back out there the next series. Yeah, I would never question his toughness. I'm sure if there's any way possible that he'll be out there. If Stafford can't play Sunday, Jake Rudock will start in his place." Rudock, a 6th-round pick out of Michigan last year, completed 3 of 5 passes for 24 yards and threw an interception that was returned for a touchdown in his debut last week. Asked how he'll manage both getting Stafford ready for the Bucs while also preparing Rudock for a possibly expanded role, Caldwell said, delicately. Contact Dave Burkett, burkett@freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter @DaveBurkett. Download our Lions Extra app for free on Apple and Android.